Right.
Accurate information to the homeowners. Melissa was gracious enough to contact the county and have, so everybody has Melissa McKinlay as our county commissioner.
where we are with that. So just in general, back in 1989, up from 1957 to 1989, all adult entertainments had to go to the Board of County Commissioners for approval. Then we had one that was located down on Lakeworth Road in Congress. It's been renovated now. It's been annexed into one of the cities. It sued the county after it was denied the special exception because they challenged us on the separation criteria from a college. Because adult entertainment in the current code and the historical codes always had a separation requirement from churches and schools and residential. So they challenged the commission on that. The commission, we lost the lawsuit, and it resulted in these were no longer adult entertainment special exceptions. They didn't have to go to the Board of County Commissioners. The county attorney rewrote the code. They put a lot of information in the code, the exterior, how the separation stuff, they embellished that stuff to make it stronger, and they also put a lot of stuff in the how the activities that occurred inside the establishment, which wasn't in the old code, and they made them all special permits. And what a special permit is, it's next to the lowest review you have in the zoning review process. Because you start off with going straight to a building permit if you're permitted. The next review is a special permit. If it meets the criteria in the code, and it's typically a temporary use, but we do have ones like accessory apartments, granite flats, and rooms, quarters, that just because of their nature may not stay on the property, so we issue those as a special permit, and some of them are required to renew them every year. So these the special permits we have now, and Alan can elaborate on this, I think we have maybe 30 or 40 in the county special permits that we oversee.
Not anymore.
Right. And typically, a lot of those are non-conforming with respect to different things in the code, but they're all, we monitor those for compliance with the code. So this particular one, I'm going to ask Alan to go into the details of exactly when it came in, because back, I should have elaborated on, back in '89 when they did change the code making special permits, there was a clause in the code at the time. Anybody out there operating a adult entertainment had a 1-year window to come in and register their adult entertainment with the county. So we have all the records in the zoning department where those ones that Alan has the records off that we know are valid adult entertainments came in. We validated that they did have the approval or they were operating